Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Tolu Dialogues, and I'm really excited about this episode. With me, I have a gentleman whose role is the regional manager for Black customer experience within the GTA region. One of his roles is actually helping communities access support and also lead with Black initiatives within the TD Bank Group. So we are all in good hands. So please join me as I welcome Faith Biyapo.
Thank you so much, Chidi.
Hey, thank you for coming. I know it was a bit of a mouthful.
No, it's okay.
So I know we're speaking earlier and we're telling me that there are like 6, regional managers
Yes.
doing this across the country, and we have 2 within the GTA region where you're one of the regional managers within the GTA region. Do you want to tell the viewers more as on what part of GTA you cover in case there's any, business there looking to see whether they should be connecting with you?
Absolutely.
Or
Yeah, I mean, we do business all across the country. So just to put that out there, but my region specifically is here in the GTA, and I look after the Metro East region. That's how we are structured within the bank. So Metro East pretty much is everything east of Dufferin, so all the way into the Durham region and north, all the way into York region. So I have a counterpart who looks after Metro West. So that's pretty much how we're set up, and my role is regional manager, Black customer experience segment. So
I like that. And one of the reasons why Faith, again, thank you for agreeing to come on Tolu Dialogues.
my pleasure.
And one of the reasons why we have Faith, again, is about empowering, solopreneurs to help you break those barriers. And hopefully with this segment, Faith will be able to give us 1 or 2 tools on how to do that. So I'm sure the first thing that is burning on my mind is that people are thinking, okay, how do I get money? And many people hear bank, the first thing they think about as a business owner is, how do I get money? How do I get money? So my question to you is, from your experience, what do you think is causing a barrier for entrepreneurs or solopreneurs to access funds or grants?
No, I mean, you're very correct. Especially when people hear about the Black customer experience at TD, what they just think about or gravitate to is maybe it's a grant, maybe it's free money. No, it's not that. It's exactly what it is. It's the experience. So we are trying to provide a better experience for members of the Black community, both professionals, business, and individuals alike. And we do that by providing products and everything that the bank has to offer in terms of personal banking, business banking, and wealth management. So those are the 3 main buckets that we look at. And capital is something that is dearly needed by any business. Not just businesses in the Black community. I mean, it's more severe for us. We don't really have a lot of capital in our community.
Any reason why?
So it's it's both historical and at the same time social. If you want to go into the history, we start to look at things like slavery and colonialism and the fact that we were not allowed to gain education at the same rate or pace as other groups. Also, when it comes to how we started, the social side, how a lot of Black people started migrating to North America, it wasn't up until the 60s and 70s that they actually had pathways and programs that enabled people to come here from the Caribbean, you see, and then Africa. And those people came here mostly to train, and most of the people who came from the Caribbean came here as caregivers, you see. So the starting point for our group is very different from the rest of other groups. We are almost latecomers, if you want to think about it like that. We're kind of like
We're playing catch up.
We have a lot of catch up to do, so that is our starting position. So most of our businesses are still in the primary sectors, the primary industry, so grocery stores, restaurants. It's mostly about just the things that we need, the basic things that we need
To
survive. Exactly.
opposed to the innovation and all the, so which would ideally be the next level.
There you go.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Adding value to our products, improving on our packaging, and then the innovation and creativity starts to come after that.
Okay, so to take you back, because I know I kind of distracted you a bit, because I was just curious when you made that observation. So to take it back. So I'm here, and honestly, you're making sense. I'm just doing a quick calculation in my head. I'm like, actually, most people I know are actually into food. A lot of people, like, there's a joke with me and some of my friends are like, anybody's into this food business. Like, come on, like, we are other people that are here. We are here. We're not food vendors. Notice us, you know, because like the food vendors just have like this power, like they're well supported and they're, you know, they're known, they're seen. And we're like, oh, we're not food vendors. So again, I think back to my question, if someone there is watching, what is stopping people from accessing those? Like, what is the barrier?
So,
aside from the fact that we're late, now that we have TD Bank, and all the banks, or, you know, giving all this, what you're doing, you are trying to create that experience. What is stopping that connection? We are
actually the only bank. TD is the only bank that has a dedicated team that's catering to the needs of members of the Black community. You see,
if you're on an account with TD, you should have put one today.
Exactly. So we are the only ones that, you know, we have full-time people staffed at very, you know, senior levels.
Wow.
You know, to support members of the Black community, both professional, business folks. So in terms of what the barrier actually is, in terms of capital is, you know, most times it's how we manage our businesses. You know, a lot of our businesses are mom and pops. So they employ the owner and maybe one or two other people, and that's it. And without the proper systems and structures in place, or without a sound vision, they are not able to structure the business in such a way that they can approach a bank at some point, or they can approach an investor at some point to raise capital.
Can we sit on that?
Yeah.
So, what you're saying is the way you structure your business from onset can either be an advantage or a disadvantage to you getting funds in the future.
Yes.
So your structure is important to you accessing grants, funds, and all that.
Yes. So the registration is one of it. You know, it could be a partnership, it could be a sole proprietorship, it could be a corporation. That's fine and good. But now, what are the systems and processes are you putting in place after you've opened your doors to customers? Okay, how are you managing your tax reporting, for example? Are you current on your tax reporting? Okay. Also, are you claiming every single expense that you can claim to the point that the business is not making any profit? You see, and this is something that I tend to find with a lot of African businesses is we don't report a lot of profits. You see, so somebody can be in business for 15, 20 years and they never made a profit. You see, and I see this all the time, you know, so you never make a profit, but you approach the bank or you approach an investor and you want them to give you money.
That's a gem right there. Because, and do you know what? That's what we've been told to do. Like, put everything on your expenses. Your phone, put it on your expenses. I'm going to make I claim that. And then to the extent that you're not a viable business, because come to think about it, I wouldn't invest in someone that told me you're running a business. In fact, I'm like, why are you still open?
Nobody would.
But we know nobody's, guys.
So
the next tax report, man.
Yeah, the tax season is coming, so yeah, time to make amends. I see this all the time, you know, and it hinders a lot of people from assessing the critical capital that they need to actually inject in their business and grow the business.
This is powerful, honestly. I think we need to sit up. So basically, if let's say I'd been sort of making profit and I'm, you know, fair on my, not that you can't claim back, but not to the extent that I'm running a loss.
Exactly.
Then they'll be like, oh, you're worth investing in, which is just common sense.
Absolutely. So another thing is, you know, that I see with with some of our entrepreneurs is they overburden the business with their lifestyle. You see, so they put everything on the business, you know, instead of maybe paying themselves a wage or, you know, having a set amount that, you know, they receive as salary or whatever. They go into the business for every single thing, you know, and at the end of the day, what happens is there's really no much profit, you know. First of all, we also have to look at the broader statistics. You know, there are only 3% of businesses registered in Canada are Black. Just
3?
Yeah, less than 3. It's under 3. Okay. and about 75% of them make about, I think, $50,000 in revenue. You see, not profit, revenue. Okay. Now that's mind-boggling, because if you're making just $50,000 in revenue, then why are you still in business? So obviously there's a bit parity there. So it goes back to what I'm saying, that we underreport, the profits, and it hurts us down the road when we want to grow the business or expand the business. That's why you would see an African store or an African restaurant. It's been in that condition, it's been in that location for years.
Without actually expanding.
Without expanding. But you see other businesses around it. Could be a Portuguese butcher shop. It could be a small convenience store. They've gone on to open other branches. They've gone on to maybe even own the space they were leasing before and transform the space, you see. But a lot of our people can't do that because they're focusing on the short term instead of the long term. The goal should be to grow your business to a point where there's so much value in the business, there's so much equity in the business that you can actually sell that business someday. It could be, that could be your exit strategy. You could sell the business someday. Or you could get more investors to come on board, but people still only want to come on board. Exactly. People only come on board if they see that you're managing the business prudently and the business is actually profitable.
You know what? One of the data that I came across is for every business, 100 businesses that actually start up, 30% of them lose money. 40% of them actually go ahead to maybe break even, while 30% actually make profit.
Yeah.
Sitting here and listening to you, one of the things that is jumping at me is, would you say lack of financial literacy is hindering businesses? That's my first question. My second question is, from what you're saying to me, this is not something new. This is a trend that you and probably the whole of TG Group, you've noticed. What steps are being taken to, because I feel that there's a bit of, I think there's just financial illiteracy somewhere, where people don't really know, because it's just words on the street is, may put everything on your taxes, follow your taxes, to sneeze on your taxes, you bought what's on your, do you understand? As a claim, what I claim as much. But what I'm hearing now is people just don't know. Like, they don't know, like, the long-term effects. So would you say financial illiteracy is causing a problem? And then what can you and your team do about that?
Absolutely. So immigrants into Canada, the statistics are out there, are more likely to set up their own businesses as opposed to looking for a job.
True.
And,
I'm a witness.
There are so many reasons why. Maybe some people don't have the social network because they are new, that they need to navigate the work, the corporate world here. So they just go into entrepreneurship. So a lot of people go into entrepreneurship here out of survival. It's not because they've seen a problem or they've identified a problem that they're actually trying to solve. You see, so
Faith.
Yeah.
Let's rest on that one. Because a lot of people go into, I just want to coach what you just said.
Yes.
A lot of people go into entrepreneurship not because they've seen a need, but as a way or as a mode of survival.
Yes.
And that is so true. Because one of the things I say to some of my friends when we're looking at the entrepreneurial landscape within the Black community is, why can't you just be innovative? Why is everybody doing what someone is doing?
Exactly.
Someone is doing that, why you do it? But now it's all making sense, because they're not doing it out of the fact that there's a need. They're just thinking, oh, Tolu is doing that, he's working out, I'm going to do exactly this. Oh, Faith is doing that, he's working out, I'm doing
exactly.
So it makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah. So
it makes sense.
That's exactly.
Guys, it makes sense.
That's exactly what they're
doing.
That's exactly what they're doing. And entrepreneurship doesn't work like that. You see?
You have to identify a need.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's first of all the first area where most people already fail. So now they have the business and they're trying to get the business to grow, but they are also not prudent. They are also not disciplined in terms of how they take money out of the business. So we try. As a bank, we do so many workshops. We have actually a commercial and small business banking workshop coming up.
Yeah.
Hopefully in March.
And we'll be posting all about it here.
Absolutely.
We're partnering with.
I'll share all the details with Tolu and Tolu you can share with your audience. So our goal with that workshop, and we've done many in the past. We've done wealth workshops where we help people understand more about estate planning, how they can make sure they have an executor for their will, how they can put a will in place, even for business continuity. So how the next generation can take over the business and continue to grow. We do all these things through the year. So the next thing we want to do is focus on the commercial and small business banking needs of members of the Black community. So we're going to have professionals from our commercial and small business banking divisions who will answer questions and also take questions live. It's going to be an interactive session.
It's going to be an in-person or online?
We're going to do it virtually.
Okay.
Yeah, but we use Eventbrite and all these other event planning platforms to disseminate the information so people can register and sign on.
Is it free?
Completely free,
guys. It's free.
So
why not?
What we want to address through that session would be what people need to know before they even approach the bank.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're looking to, you already have a thriving business and you want to, say you want to take it to a bigger level, like a commercial level, it's no longer going to be a small business. We can help with that. We want to share with you the things that you need to know before you even approach us. The type of paperwork that you need to have, that you need to put together. We're going to do that for commercial. We're going to do that for small business.
Okay.
Yeah. So that way people are kind of like educating the masses or educating the public so that they understand what they need to put in place before they come to us.
So can I just ask a further question on that? So let's say you say to me, Tolu, you need to have a business plan. I'm just throwing that out.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't have a business plan. Would you have people within your team that would help me? Not help me, like kind of hold my hands to write a business plan. I'm just throwing that out there. Or is it just you need a business plan? These are the things you need to do, but you go figure it out. I think we've kind of given you the roadmap in terms of what you need to do, but you do the extra work. Or is it?
We have a lot of resources too, because we work in tandem with several other organizations within the ecosystem. So an organization like Black Opportunity Fund, for example, one of the organizations we partner with. So they may be able to help you, and we can actually give a referral.
Okay,
then. Can give a referral. Black Founders Network is another one. Another good one. There's also Faith.
I know.
I think they also have some type of program and collaboration with a third party that can help with the business plan. So there are a number of other organizations that we work with, and we know that they exist, and we're in touch with them, and we can always put clients in touch with those organizations.
Right. Thank you very much. So just before you go, no, I'm not going to let you go just yet, because I'm just trying to see how this can be really, really productive for someone out there. Yeah. So if I'm a business owner and I'm watching this, and you have 3 advices to give them in terms of either how to structure their business, in terms of what the things, going by your experience, the things that you've seen that causing a lot of barriers for people to just pivot, to go to the next, even that's to scale up. What would be the 3 things you would say, from my experience, these are 3 things I would say you guys should look out for, or you should do or not do? What would that be?
Number 1 is to get financially literate. That's number 1. Meaning, understand that the importance of delayed gratification. Have a strategy, have a whole strategy around the business. Think about the business in terms of its short-term, mid-term, and long-term needs, and where you want it to be. Also, I would say, try to understand and find out about resources that you can benefit from to help you grow your business. There's so many organizations out there. If you don't know any, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to Tolu.
And I'll put some of your links in.
Yeah, I can put my information out there, so they can reach out and we can share some of the resources with them. It's important to leverage a lot of these things that are out there, so you don't have to maybe spend money, to put them in place for your organization. And the third would be, find out, like TD, for example, we have a specific product for Black entrepreneurs and Black business owners. So it's called the Black Entrepreneur Credit Access Program. You see, so it's a program that can lend up to $250,000 to Black businesses or Black entrepreneurs to help them grow their businesses. And what we look for through this program is pretty much the business ability to finance the loan, and also the person's experience and expertise in that area. in the area that their businesses has been established in. So we look more at the quantitative side of the analysis, the credit analysis, as opposed to the quants. You see, so the quants would be like your credit score and all those kind of stuff. So it doesn't really matter if you don't have a great credit score. I mean, it's always important to have a good credit score, but if you don't have a great credit score, we'll still look at the application. We'll still try to see if the business has the potential to be able to support the loan, and also if you have the right experience to be able to manage the business prudently, and then we can come to a decision based on those factors. So I would say it's the first one is being financially literate, looking for resources, and also
next question.
Yes, and also focusing on programs like the BCAP that TD offers, to see if you can take advantage of such programs to grow your business.
So building on the BCAP, because I think that's a good initiative that TD is running. Are there other initiatives that TD is running that people out there can tap into? Maybe look on your website and find out more about.
Absolutely. So the BCAP is our main product right now, but we have other products coming. We're still learning a lot about the Black community and the unique needs of members of the community, because we're not a monolith. You see, there are different subgroups within the Black community. So we're still trying to understand how we can help meet those various and distinct needs even within the Black community. So I would say, on our website, that's a great place to start, and always keep in touch with what is coming next. So you can go to td.com/Black business.
Okay.
So that's our micro page on TD's main website. td.com/Black business.
So we're going to put it in the link.
Absolutely.
So another question I have for you very quickly is, when we speak about this BCAP, was that something, because I know that there's always like a disparity in terms of what is available to maybe non-profit organizations and also like businesses. So is BCAP open to all businesses, or just the ones that are in there for profit?
It's a great question. Very good question. No. So BCAP only focuses on businesses. Actually, my entire team, my segment, is focused on business development.
Okay.
So TD has the TD Ready Commitment.
Okay.
So TD Ready Commitment, it's a different team, and that's it's a team that focuses on supporting not-for-profits, foundations, and other type of charitable work that happens.
And called the TD Ready
Commitment.
Did you hear that? TD Ready Commitment.
TD Ready Commitment, and they have a website. So to just put TD Ready Commitment in the browser, you can find it and read more about what they have to offer. So if you're not-for-profit, if you're trying to do some type of charitable work or program, that is where to go. Okay. Not us. We are focused on businesses. We are focused on business development, helping businesses to access funding and capital. That's what we do. We also help with personal banking and wealth management, so investments as well.
Okay.
Things we can help with. But if you're looking for help with building a shelter, or you're trying to do a program for high school kids, that all those things are charitable endeavors. So the TD Ready Commitment team handles that, and it's a very well-resourced team. I think TD has dedicated almost over $1 billion to that team to support with those type of initiatives. So I would say that would be where the not-for-profit organization should look for.
Okay. So I'm here and I'm listening to you about all these wonderful things that TD is doing for Black community, and we say thank you very much. As we are saving to Black History Month, is the support there. We have the support there. So one of the things that I've noticed, and I know I had a chat with someone about writing grants, is the fact that, or maybe I should say, do you sometimes come across people trying to abuse the system? Because I think it's just human nature. It's like back in England where we have a benefit system, and I'm sure they probably have, even here in Canada, where people just try to trick the system because they say it has free money.
Yeah.
So whether or not they have the true need for that money to do what they are claiming the money for is another story. Is that something you found within people trying to access funds within the TD, or has it been actually everyone that's come to us are people that really have genuine business needs and needs to be to be? Or what's your view on that?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question. It's human nature to always want to circumvent, for the lack of words, systems. But we do have a very rigorous process in place that we use in terms of vetting applications. So we have a very robust process in place. So we do get here and there one of those type of phony applications, but we have a system that does a very good job in terms of helping us to filter such type of applications out. But I think it's something that members of the community need to be aware of in terms of the bigger goal of this program. Is to really support businesses, and we don't want to abuse it. We don't want to inundate the team that does the analysis and adjudication of these programs with things that are not legitimate. But we focus on making sure that we're actually trying to grow our businesses, and the funds are actually going to actual businesses
and empower the community, the Black community as
Absolutely.
well. Just from listening to that whole history of how we are late into the playing field.
Yes.
So I have a lot of catching up to do,
A
and
lot. Yeah.
just having your team, focusing on this, I feel like there's an opportunity for us as a community as well to support that, embrace it, and have integrity about it, and whatever it is that we're doing. I think really is what we do.
Yeah, no,
That's my take here.
absolutely. I mean, look at even what you're doing. It's remarkable. Like this sort of platforms didn't exist just a few years ago.
Oh, I'm trying to.
So
Thank you.
So there's so many new comers now to Canada, and we actually have a newcomer program package for helping newcomers to settle in Canada through providing them banking services. And also your audience can reach out and I can share more information around our new to Canada banking plans. So the newcomers who are coming to Canada, they bring in so much talent. They're coming with so much skills. They're coming with so much ambition. And if they are well supported, if they can access capital, that they need to set up their businesses and grow their.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. Contributes to the economy. It also creates jobs. And it helps to strengthen the economy in general. So it's a good thing. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You said it all. You guys have heard it all. And like I said, this segment is about empowering. I feel empowered. Like I've learned one or two things, and I hope you have. And I think what's fun thing is that that support is out there for you. TD Bank has dedicated a whole team, guys. Make sure you tap in. So, babe, we're gonna do our shimmer, our teledialogue shimmer. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So teledialogue be what? Inspire, empower, elevate.
Elevate.
Thank you.
Thank you. And happy Black History Month.
Oh yeah, Black is wrong, guys.